Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the AGT Podcast, the podcast with a host who has absolutely no idea what he's talking about, but will fight until the end, insisting they are correct. A New Vegas 2 style thing. And I just thought, okay, I don't like Bethesda. I'm not a huge fan of them anymore. And it's happened since Skyrim, and my bad take is that Skyrim ain't that good. Skyrim does things well. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's the world's worst game. But whenever I play it, I'm always like, without mods. And people always say, well, you've got to mod it. I'm like, Bethesda did not make that game for mods. Therefore, it's a bad game.
I see. Okay. So what do you think's lacking and why?
With most Bethesda games, the combat isn't great. Like, the combat isn't, like, good enough to keep me hooked. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I don't think the world is as pretty as Skyrim was at the time and isn't as much anymore because Medieval's a bit more done. I just play it and I think, man, the dragons get overused really quickly. Like the first scene where one comes down, it's like, oh shit, that's a dragon. And then all of a sudden, if you really rushed it, the main quest, you're killing one within an hour. And I'm just like, whoa, okay. If you just don't do side quests and you just go for the Dragonborn specific stuff, you're killing one within an hour, and then they start popping up all over the place. And then the amount of dragons in that game just make them boring.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we haven't seen a dragon in so many thousands of years. Now there's hundreds.
And then they just all appear.
I get what you mean.
They come out of nowhere.
It is a very dated game, and mods do help.
But the fact it's dated is like, it's so dated to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I'll play a more dated game. I'll play Oblivion because that keeps me hooked for longer. Or I'll play another fantasy game. I just didn't think it did anything amazing that was like its standout thing. I just think it did a lot of things good. Because
I get lost in them games. So I've never completed Skyrim because I start it, I'll explore so much, I'll leave it.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, we went on a bit of a spending spree.
Well,
yeah.
I bought one game.
Yeah, okay. I went on a spending spree because Nathan and Callum were not happy with Golf It. They believed Golf with Friends was the ultimate game, which we played. It wasn't. It was not any better than Golf It.
In my defense,
go on.
I last played Golf with Your Friends like 4 or 5 years ago. Now it's like a completely different game.
So we sat there and we played Golf with Your Friends, and I was told, okay, this is worth double the price or whatever of Golf It.
It's not double the price.
It is, of course it is.
No, it's not.
Steam's $5.99. Golf with Your Friends on Steam's £10.79 or something. Okay, so it's less than double. Just less.
Yes, it's less than double.
Right, okay, whatever. Numbers wise, you take away the decimals, it's not.
Oh wow.
Right, well, it wasn't a viable difference. I would not advise, if you've got Golf It, do not buy Golf with Your Friends, annoyingly.
You've sold me.
But we were playing and we were joking about it, but I think genuinely, I don't think there was enough viable difference.
Honestly, no.
We were playing and it wasn't more polished. The glitches, the skybox errors and stuff were still, if anything, worse. Like Callum went bank shot off a wall and he said he just went through the wall. And I think in a mini golf, that's pretty bad.
When that happened, did you laugh?
I laughed at the start, but then when I realised I was stuck and couldn't get out, then I was like, right, it's not funny anymore. Can I get out, please?
Yeah, I think if you're playing a mini golf game and you don't even have the barriers for your course set right, you're asking for it to be worse than Golf It. I'm still at this point where I play the PS5 and I'm just disappointed. I've still not completed Spider-Man Miles Morales, and it's just, I don't know why. I 100%ed Spider-Man PS4. I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Miles Morales, I'm like, meh, I'll do it eventually. Even when it was new and it was the only game I had on PlayStation 5, I still don't care.
Do you think that's just because it's so similar and you just want in the new Spider-Man game?
Yeah, the music is incredible. The suit is really nice. Some of the costume, like having the Spider-Verse suit, is such a nice touch. I don't know if it's because I'm randomly burnt out on Spider-Man, which I didn't think was possible for me because he's like my favorite hero. But even now thinking about it, it's like, I just don't know. I lost so much interest in the story. I think that's the big point of it. The story, I was not bothered whatsoever. I was like, I really like Miles in it. He's pretty cool. He's not the same Miles as like Spider-Verse version, but he's still pretty good. But everyone around him, especially the sort of triangle you have with villains and stuff. And I say that, but obviously I've not finished it, so there might be more. There might be a twist that I'm like, oh my god, that saves it. But so far, it was just like, I couldn't be bothered. I was like, okay, I'm swinging around, I'm fighting stuff. I got a bunch of screenshots because the game looks so nice, and then I just haven't touched it since probably my second session playing it. And this is from someone who's looking to play the PS5. I need an excuse to play my PS5 because there's nothing.
That was one of the things I was scared about not being able to get one, because I wasn't totally bothered, but I was like, I hope I don't get like Spider-Man spoiled and stuff. But from the looks of it, you know, it came out release day was it? And I've heard nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is good, because eventually I'll get around to it. But
isn't Alfred's series coming out, or is out? One of the two.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
but I'd love it if it was just him being a butler.
Just him being a butler.
Like, that's all it was. His daily life.
Just him like getting Bruce Wayne coffees, and that's it.
Yeah. It's none of his Batman involvements. It's literally him doing the Bruce Wayne butlering and him opening the door. I'd be like, what a show that'd be. And him driving home all of Batman's biches.
Would you not get bored?
Would I get bored of that?
Yeah.
No, it's Alfred.
Yeah, but in this Alfred series, he's wasting people, man.
I don't want that.
He is, yeah,
I want that. He looks cool.
I want him to be walking around with a silver tray, asking Mr. Wayne, does he want anything? That's what I want.
So, would you play a game, dude, just doing that?
Anthony would.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that cathartic game like that where I'm just serving Batman. Hell yeah.
Batman Simulator. Well,
Batman's butler.
Batman's butlers.
Yeah.
Butler Simulator.
Yeah, and anytime something awesome's about to happen, like I have to go get the Batmobile, it blacks out and just skips. Like, I'm not interested in that bit. It's like it's like playing a Mary Jane game, like in the Spider-Man PS4 and PS5. There's sections where you play as Mary Jane, but they're just the worst bit. I would be like, imagine they just made a game off of that. That'd be so funny.
I was watching that. People hated that part.
It was so boring. There's no need, you know. I know that humans can't do what Spider-Man can do.
I didn't mind it. I like the stealthy.
I didn't hate it, and I didn't mind it, but I was like, I'm playing Spider-Man game, not Mary Jane game. See, the Batman games are different because they always switch you to like Catwoman and stuff. But say I played Batman, and this is not the Alfred game, but say I was playing Batman and I was doing stuff and I was about to go confront the Joker, and it switched me to Alfred for 30 minutes. I'd be like,
you'd like that. You'd love that.
Not in a Batman game, in the Alfred game, I would. But I'd be like, what do you think you're doing? I just like literally I'm about to get in a fight with like Solomon Grundy or whatever. It's like I'm about to throw down. Batman's got a new weapon. He's about to unmask someone, and then it blacks out, and then it's Alfred waking up in bed, putting his bloody suit on, and I'm like, what's going on? How has this happened? How am I here?
I definitely haven't bought the Alfred game. You know what?
Go on, tell us. Tell us what right now. Right now.
I think I got some.
Right now.
Like really not very good Assassin's Creed game on there where you play as like a pirate or something.
You're such a liar. You just want to talk about
No,
Assassin's
I did.
Creed.
I swear.
You did like Black Flag.
Black Flag is the best Assassin's Creed game.
I don't think it's Black Flag. It isn't Black Flag. I will find it and I will relay it back.
Alright, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, but I got that free and it was terrible.
You're such a liar. You just wanted to talk about Assassin's Creed today.
Oh my
God. Talking about it forever.
Honestly, it gave me an opportunity to open it up, but I got a free game.
I don't know if it did.
Well, fine, we won't speak about it. It's fine. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, no, talk about it while I Wikipedia what Assassin's Creed game you're talking about, right?
I'm trying to Google it as well.
I'm sure it's Rogue.
You know what? It probably is. I'll look at
it. It has the Navy in it from Black Flag, like the naval style of it. We need to like quickly find out if it is or not. But I'm sure it's Rogue. I'm sure you're a Templar.
It isn't. It actually isn't.
You're not.
I will find it.
How can you sit there and tell me it's not?
This is a mystery now.
It's a mystery, I know, and we should be looking it up now in the podcast. But tough. We are doing
Freedom Cry.
Oh, what? Right, I swear. Right, Assassin's Creed, Freedom Cry. If this is nothing like how you explained it, then this is on you.
Because there's palm trees in it, so that's why I said pirates.
Freedom Cry is a DLC. It's not even a game.
I 100% have it though. I have it, and I don't have Black Flag.
Oh no! Wait. So why does the wiki says it's a single-player downloadable content edition for Black Flag? And then when I googled it, is it a full game? It says it is a standalone game. What?
Thank you. I want an apology from the pair of you, right?
From Google, pal, not from me.
So yeah, I don't know why we went around in such a massive circle to get to that, because the only review I have on it is I played it for 15 minutes and it sucks.
Well, you wanted to talk about Assassin's Creed today, so go for it. What do you want to tell us about Assassin's Creed that isn't Freedom Cry?
My favourite game is Syndicate.
No, it's not.
I don't know why. I was thinking of that. I was going to ask you, I was like, is it Syndicate you're on about? I don't know
it's
why.
not.
No,
My favourite
you're not-
game is not Syndicate.
It is. It's awesome. I
No, it's
love
not.
it. It's so good. I'm playing it again.
Wait,
He's taking.
Syndicate.
He's joking. He can't be serious.
It's good to help out local businesses. That's why I got my hamster from a local pet shop rather than Pets at Home.
How does that work? Very
What do
quickly,
you mean?
how does a local pet shop work? I don't get that at all.
How does any pet shop work? They just go, oh
Well,
yeah, I'll set up
surely
a pet
I
shop.
can just go out the Pets at Home night,
Right.
buy 10 animals, and say I've got a local pet shop.
Well, I think there's a bit more to it than that. I think you sort of just, you
think that-
start up a pet shop, you bulk buy things like dog toys, dog food, cat toys, cat food, things like that. And then over time, you just sort of grow your business and end up being like, you know what? I'm going to order a hamster, I'm going to order some lizards, I'm going to order some fish, and I'm going to order some budgies. I don't know.
But
And then
again,
you sell them.
But why would you open up a pet store and go, I'm only going to sell pet accessories for starters? 2,
Because you've got to start somewhere.
where do you get all of these animals from? Where does Pets at Home get their animals?
I don't know, but my hamster's from Syria.
What?
He's a Syrian hamster.
Is this Syrian hamster?
That is a
Right.
breed of hamster.
Listen, we're going to have to cut all this because you're going to have certain people from the government, wondering how you got him across the borders. We can't
But no,
be,
it is a legit thing.
we can't be having Syrian hamsters coming over here and taking our spots for the pets. It just
Back to
can't
Warzone.
happen. I kind of finished my point on Warzone, but I can't get out the mind. I'm sorry, but how do you make your own pet store? I don't get it.
Right, we've massively digressed.
I know,
We need
but,
to-
but surely I'm not the only one thinking of this. Like, if I
You are.
wait, okay, final question about this, and then we'll move on. How many pets does it take for me to have in my possession for it to count as a pet store?
Well, I'll say none, because if you're selling accessories for pets, then
No,
surely that's
not
good
accessories. Actual animals. If I have 5 dogs, can I sell them and that counts as a pet store?
enough. Oh, you have to,
I would
you have
never
to have
do
a
that
license.
because,
can't-
Oh, do you? Oh, see,
can't
now
just
you know.
have
There you
5
go.
I mean, I thought that was a given.
I need a license for everything, though.
Well, you
Oh, wait,
need a
you kinda
license to
do,
start up a
actually.
business.
Yeah, I guess. What's your favourite game that involves an animal?
Oh, you know what? This conversation was not flawed. It involves an animal. I don't know, like, in what terms? In like, is it like an animal that's in the game, or like a
Well, yes,
playable
animal
character
in the
as an
game.
animal?
It's just
Well,
in the game.
obviously, but, like,
Playable or not.
In the game.
Like Call of Duty
Playable or not.
Ghosts. Riley was a big part of the game.
Red Dead. There we go.
What animal though?
Wait, hang on. Am I picking a favourite animal from the game?
Yeah, exactly. You didn't think about this question at all, did you? You just gave
No,
me a willy-nilly
I thought you just said
answer.
I thought you just said favourite game that involves an animal.
Well, what animal though? The viewers are wondering, Frankie, what animal? You just give us a game, and that was it.
If it involves animals.
Yeah, but what animal? I want to know what animal. Red Dead has a bunch of animals.
My favourite animal from Red Dead, I don't know, the bear's pretty cool. Like the big grizzly bear.
You haven't thought about this. When you say, I don't know, the grizzly bear's pretty cool. No, that's not your favorite animal. You're just giving me an answer now. You see what happens, viewers, when we don't have a host? We get lost. We just jump from thing to thing. And now we're all annoyed at Frankie because he hasn't given us a proper answer about
me. What have I
his
done? I've answered your
favorite
question.
video
Okay,
game
you know
answer.
what? You know what? Bet you didn't think I was going to go into this direction. The beached whale in Just Cause.
Why is that your favorite answer?
Because
Favorite
it's
animal.
cool.
But it's a beached whale. What
Is
significance
it
does
not
it
an
have?
animal? Just because it dies doesn't mean it's not an animal.
I'm not saying it's not an animal. It's clearly an animal. I thought there would be some
Thank you.
emotional representation attached to said animal. Not that's a beached whale,
Because I like the sea.
but it's beached. So surely that's
It's come out of the sea. When I go to the fish and chip shop and I have a bit of fish on my plate, I don't go, oh, well, it's
So-
not fish anymore because it's on my plate.
Well, no, but you don't like the sea, do you? You like eating what's in the sea, clearly.
Well, that too, but I like the sea. The sea fascinates me.
I was trying to think, what my favorite animal is in a game while you were ranting about your whale, which it clearly isn't. I mean, you know, you're not fooling anyone, by the way. It's not your favorite animal, but you know what? I'm gonna let it slide, else we'll be here forever. And I think there is one, but I can't think of it, and it's probably, you know, it's not my favorite, but I'm pretty sure there's a game where it's like really upsetting that the animal dies and stuff. But you know,
Crash Bandicoot.
See, now you found a loophole, my friend. Now you have found a loophole. Not only do you play as the animal, you know, it is an animal.
There we go.
That's a good one.
You also play as Crash Bandicoot for a short period of time in Uncharted 4, I believe.
You do, yeah. Which I really like that little nod.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Yeah, I like animals in games. And do you know what's best? Do you know what we're going to leave this on? Is that a lot more games now allow you to pet the animal. Like
Red Dead, you can stroke the dog, then shoot it. But I don't know why you'd do the latter. Just stroke it.
Yeah, but clearly you have, because you've just... else you wouldn't know about that mechanic.
No, I've seen people do it, and I thought it was a vile thing to do.
Backtracking now. Frankie, you are.
You know that game? Oh God, why I can't remember it. Fall Guys.
My Little Pony Adventure Playground.
You know how some
okay.
people just used to hack in Fall Guys? Like, that's even more sad.
Oh yeah, that was massive.
Hang on, wait. Hold on. There was a hack. There's hackers in Fall Guys.
There was a massive hacker problem in Fall Guys where they would just fly to the end and stuff. It was a huge problem. It was why Fall Guys dropped off the face of the earth even when it was still free. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised you don't know.
Yeah, it was huge, because I remember I played Fall Guys again recently because I was like, is it any good now? And it is, because it's not getting as much attention as it once was, and they're obviously they got such a big amount of hype that they weren't able to control it. They weren't prepared for it, and that really stopped them going to the lengths they needed to. I think if they were prepared, if Fall Guys was prepared and knew, okay, we're going to eventually need a season 2 in 2 months' time to stop hackers, to change the map so people don't get bored, I think Fall Guys would have overtaken Among Us in terms of, amount of people playing it and popularity. But I think just because they weren't ready, and because they were a small company, and they released the game on PS Plus like the first month the game was out, they just got such a huge flood of players that I don't think they could handle it, and they just got swamped, and too many people got, well, I'm not playing this again, as opposed to, I'm going to stick with this for a bit. Because I went back to it, and now there's like a squads game mode where you can play with your friends, like, specifically, and try and win together, which was needed. That was needed in the very beginning of the game, because as soon as Twitch picks up a game like that, you need a squads mode. Yeah. Because if not, you're really restricting people to be solo, or to stream snipe, or to do anything that ruins the person playing by themselves.
100%.
Yeah, that's true.
The weirdest part, right, with all of that, like, is the shown off the Guardians game, which is a separate entity to the Marvel game that they've just done, like the Avengers, and then they announced the Black Panther expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you flip them around, it would be a lot better for the Black Panther expansion to be its own game. But even still, like, I mean, they would mess it up.
Yeah, well, exactly that. And when it comes to it, making another, like, they have to give Marvel's Avengers content, because it's on its last legs. Yeah. If they made Black Panther a separate game, Marvel's Avengers would just cease to exist.
It's been on its last legs for a little bit too long now.
It's somehow moving.
It didn't even. Has it turned a profit yet? Because I remember it saying like first few months it didn't turn a profit whatsoever.
No way. Did they like cast some ridiculously expensive voice actors or something?
They got really. Nolan North.
Yeah, they got all the big hitters: Nolan North, Troy Baker, Travis Willingham, Laura Bailey, all of those lot.
Mm-hmm. It's just weird how you can like mess up one of the most iconic IPs, especially going from like the MCU, and they just made like the worst decisions ever.
I've got to say, I did play a bit of it, and Nolan North as Tony Stark was a good fit.
Nolan North is terrific,
but
you can't go wrong.
That's it, really.
It's a real shame. But what's the point? Because it's like you're having to do so much for the 1% you get back, and then it just becomes not fun.
Was he the one who plays the ghost in Destiny 2? Or is that someone else?
Yeah.
No,
it was
the Dinklebot. It was the Dinklebot.
Yeah.
And then they completely retconned him and put Nolan North in for all of his previous finds.
A message to the people on YouTube: if you've watched all the way through, all the way to the end right now, huge round of applause. It means so much. It really gets us out there on that algorithm. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, anything. We love you guys.
You took my job for me. I mean, look at this.
Thank
you for tuning in and stuff. This is now officially season 1 of the AGT podcast done. Stay tuned for season 2. We're going to have new people on, as well as our amazing host, Ant, is going to be back. We may or may not have face cams constantly. We're going to have new graphics, new topics, all that. So we hope you enjoyed our sort of roundup of E3. And just like Eliza said, check out all our social media and stuff, including the YouTube. Check out the articles, and we'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you.
Bye,
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Scientist.